possible to be sexist towards men. You disagree. Let's see. And then we have no comment over here, disagrees, but she's not here at the table. So why don't we start with Rebel, I guess. Why do you think it is impossible or not possible to be sexist towards men?
Oppressor and oppressant. That's it. There you go.
Oppressor. Okay, so men.
And oppressant.
So you think that basically, if somebody is going to be oppressive towards somebody, and sexism would be oppressive, you think that there has to be a power dynamic there?
Yeah, it's the power dynamic.
Right. Okay. So just say hypothetically, there was a land in which it was just run by women, right? It's a full-on matriarchy, Amazonia, just women, right? And then a man comes in, and they are all whipping him and throwing dirty, rotten tomatoes at him and making him walk through the middle of the street, and they're all saying shame, and they're saying, we're doing this because you're a man and for no other reason. Would that be sexist?
Yes, in the hypothetical world that you're making up. Yes.
So it is possible to be sexist towards men?
I mean, anything's possible. It's possible to fly in a hypothetical situation.
I have a different hypothetical that might possibly have become more realistic. Let's say Kamala Harris. Did you vote for Kamala?
Team Harris, period.
So let's say Kamala Harris. Let's say Kamala Harris.
It was cheated, by the way.
You lost to Kelly's team.
Okay. Let's say.
Not a part
Let's say Kamala Harris.
Elon Musk did that.
Became president. Would you agree that the president of the United States is possibly the most powerful person in the world?
Okay, yeah, I guess not really, but yeah, sure. For your argument, I'll give you that.
Okay. So let's say Kamala Harris, she did not want to hire a man he was applying to be janitor of the White House. And she didn't want to hire him because he was a man. She discriminated against him because he was a man. And she wanted to hire a female janitor. Do you think that in this instance that would be sexist?
No, only because she probably had to experience, you know how hard it is for her to become president. She didn't even become president. So it's like, for her to get there, for her to even get there, she was oppressed and she's a black woman. So it's just like, she can't.
She's actually Indian.
So hold on. Okay.
And she had a black dad or something?
There's no black, but yeah, anyways.
So,
she colored, whatever.
And then she got a
I
black
thought she's
dad.
part black.
Nope.
She's black. She got a black dad, right?
Nope. Candace Owens did the whole thing.
I don't know, whatever. It's not material to the conversation. So Kamala Harris, just can you define what is your definition of sexism?
It's discrimination on a gender from a position of power.
So I've heard this definition of racism. Tell me if you agree with it.
Same.
So racism equals prejudice plus power. Is that your definition of racism?
Yeah.
And so would a similar definition of sexism,
prejudice
sexism,
plus power.
Prejudice plus power. And your position is that women don't have power, men do have the power, therefore maybe you can be bigoted or discriminate towards men, but you can't be sexist towards men.
Right.
Is that fair? And the same would apply between white and black dynamics. Black people can't be racist towards white people because white people have the power in the society, black people don't. And so because there's no prejudice plus power, there might be prejudice, but there's no power, black people can't be racist towards white people. Is that a fair characterization?
Yep.
Okay, so just going back to the sexist thing though, I think I've actually met your own definition though of I don't agree with your definition of sexism equals prejudice plus power, but in the example I gave, I actually met your definition. So Kamala Harris has power and she's prejudiced towards a man. She has more power than that specific man. She has more power than, in fact, 99.99% of men in the country. She also has systemic power too, if we want to take it a step further, because she's the leader of the executive branch of the United States government, which the United States of America is the most powerful country in the world. The executive branch is arguably the most powerful branch of the government. I mean, we could have debates over that, kind of not material though. And then she's the leader of it. So she has power, she has prejudice, and she has systemic power.
I feel like it would be sexism if majority of Congress were women, if majority of the people in power were women, not just her president.
No, but she's the president.
She's the president.
She has power.
Right.
She has prejudice. She doesn't want to hire the male White House janitor because he's male. She wants to hire a female janitor. How about this? If Donald Trump didn't want to hire a woman because she's a woman, would that be sexist?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm using your own definition.
I understand. No, I get it. I just think it's just it comes down to the history and how many there's majority men in office right now.
Yeah, but like, I'm talking about Kamala Harris.
We talking about Kamala Harris.
Yeah, I'm talking on the individual level. Like, how could she? Like, who cares about all that other stuff? She has power. She has systemic power. She has prejudice. I'm meeting your definition. Can you add to the definition to make it not sexist then?
It's prejudice. Like, it's another word for it. Like, it's not, instead of sexist, it's something else. It's prejudice. It's like same thing. Racist. It's prejudice. Like, black. I don't know, because it's like if I say that women can be sexist to men, then I can say that black people can be racist to white people, and I don't agree with that.
Well,
and
we can get into that, but
you know what I'm saying. That's why I can't say that's sexist, because then I would be agreeing to other.
I guess here's the problem we're encountering. You gave me a definition. I repeated the definition back to you. You agreed with the definition. I met all the criteria for your own definition. You're either going to have to concede that it is sexism, or you need to change your definition again.
Yeah, I might have to change my definition.
Okay, let's hear the new definition then.
Let me. Y'all took my phone. Let me look at the definition.
No, I mean,
my definition of sexism is prejudice and power, but
yeah, I'm using your definition.
It's discrimination. Yeah, that's my definition.
But how can, if I meet all the criteria for your definition, how would it not be sexist?
Because, like I said, it's one woman. Like, you can't, women don't have more power over men in general, so you can't even say that.
But you don't think sexism, so there's like systemic sexism, but you don't think sexism exists on like an individual level? For example, if a white person calls a black person the N-word, like, we would agree that that's racist, right?
Yes.
Right, but that's on an individual level, right? So like, if the most powerful woman in the country, if she did when the
individually.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah, vaguely, like.
Okay. Can I do one for the racist thing?
Just before we get to the racist thing, I do need to get to her because she also disagreed. So the statement is possible to be sexist towards men. You disagree with that? Why?
I honestly did not understand the question.
Okay, so tell me what your understanding of it was.
I didn't understand it. If you can explain it to me, please.
Do you think it's possible to be sexist towards men?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Not me personally, but...
Right, maybe you don't have any sexist... You're not sexist towards men, but is it possible a woman, or even yourself, could be sexist towards men?
Yes.
Okay.